Last week we looked at break out from unproductive relationship. Get out of unproductive relationship. 2 Sundays ago we said break addiction. You have to escape addiction to be able to attain certain heights in life. And we said last week you need to break certain unproductive relationship. No, break unproductive relationship. Every unproductive relationship, if you need to attain the height that you desire in life. So this one we'll be looking at escape through valuable or valuable relationship. Relationship will help you escape the things you need to escape, to reach the things you need to reach, to get the things you need to get, to become the things you need to become. Or rather, to become the person you need to become. Thank you, Father. Speak to us this morning and bless us through your word. Thank you for the unction to speak your word. Thank you for the grace to dispense your word rightly. I give you praise. I ask that everyone sitting under the influence of my voice and anyone watching me online be blessed by your word. Give you praise, for in Jesus' name we pray. Please pay attention and listen to what I have to teach you this morning, please. Any man who has no value for relationship, please read my words, read my lips. We never go far. We go nowhere, not far. Far is far. We will not take any step in life. Any man who does not value relationship, any man who does not know the importance of relationship, any man who does not invest in relationship will not move an inch in life. Will never move an inch in life. Will remain where he is or she is. I was teaching my son for hours few Mondays ago, and I began to teach him the value and the power of access. Access. Where you are is the access that you have. Where you will be is determined by the access that you have. And people are access. People. As big as God is, your God, as big as God is, as mighty as God is, as great. You know, you're the one that sings, how great are you, Lord? As great as he is, as powerful as God is, God in all his power can never bless you outside a man. Get that fact right. I take that again. As powerful as the God you say you serve is, and as prayerful as you are, to connect his power to be relevant on earth, after your 12 hours prayers every day, after your Rioke experience, after all your fasting, the day God decides to answer those prayers, he answers by giving you a man. And now you be this, you know, like men. Now you be this, you fight everybody. So as you are busy fighting everybody, see, being selfish, being ignorant and stupid. You don't even know that the people you are fighting are your answered prayers. John chapter 18, let me show you something. Verse 15. Give me TPT, the Passion Translation. Give me attention. Give me attention. Many of us treat the relationship in our lives with levity. Handle relationship lightly. And you are wondering why you are where you are. Peter and another disciple followed along behind them as they took Jesus into the courtyard of Anna's palace. Since the other disciple was well known to the high priest, he entered in. Everybody holla says. There are two disciples of Jesus. So two of them are disciples of Jesus. In fact, Peter became the chief apostle. But with all his influence and his position, Peter could not enter. That disciple, they didn't give us his name. Perhaps not popular, but he knows people. Entered in. Just watch. He entered in. Yes, next verse. But Peter was left standing outside by the gate. They denied him access. He came as Peter. They said, stay outside. That's how many of you have been outside. Then the other disciple came back out to the servant girl. It was a servant girl that stopped Peter from getting access. Girl, servant. Oh God, we don't know, you stay outside. And convinced her to allow Peter inside. Who you know determine if you enter inside or not. You are joking with people. You insult everybody you want to insult. Rude to everybody you want to be rude to. Disrespectful to everybody you think you can be disrespectful. Let me tell you, whether you are higher than them or they are below you or they are your equal, people are your access to where you need to be in life. If Peter did not have a good relationship with that disciple, he would have been there. He would not know what is going on inside. He would have been left. Ordinary servant girl was what stopped Peter from gaining access. Look at verse 17. As he passed inside, the young servant girl guarding the gate took a look at Peter and said to him, aren't you one of his disciples? So, even the girl know Peter. But Peter didn't know her. Peter didn't know her. Who do you know? Do you know why God will not connect you to people that will connect you to a desirable future? The ones around you, you treat them with levity. And God does not waste resources. Your younger brother, you treat him anyhow. Your younger sister, you treat her anyhow. Your parents, you treat them anyhow. Your friends, you treat them anyhow. And so God cannot entrust viable relationship in your care. And it is relationship that takes you to the next level. And so God will not waste our resource because the people around you, you misuse them. You abuse them. Oh, Shalabahakatusia. Seriously. You have no respect for the people around you. You take advantage of the people around you. God will never lead you. See, the steps of a good man are ordered. So it is God that will order you to relationship that will change your life. But because you have messed up and abused every other relationship around you from when you were growing up, you are hindered from meeting the people that will hold your hand and take you to the next level. The steps of a good man are ordered. 3 Saturdays ago, I was at the airport, checked into an executive lounge, waiting for my flight. As I sat down there, I was taking my coffee and sandwich. An elderly man was sitting. Didn't know who he was. So the people came to me for me to pay. You will enter, sit down. They will allow you to sit for a few minutes, then they will ask you to pay. She came, I gave her my card. She swapped it, and the card was not, I gave her about 3 of my cards. None of them were going. And she said, this is what they've been experiencing. That's like the network is so bad. So I opened my purse. Before I came into the airport, for no reason, I decided to go to the ATM and collect some cash. So I paid her. She now left me to the elderly man. And the man stretched forth his card. She said, network. He said, no. And the man kept giving cards. And none of them, all of them were declined because of network. And he said, can I transfer? And the lady said, we don't take transfer here. He said, well, I don't have any cash. I don't move with cash. So I beckoned on the lady. I said, come. And she came. And I paid for the cash. I paid for the man. The man, where was he? He said, thank you. I now bow my head. I said, thank you, sir. Few hours later, he went to the counter to make some orders. And he doesn't have card. And he was talking to them. So I called the lady at the counter. I said, come. Whatever that man wants, give it to him. I didn't know. I've never met him before. I was even typing away. So he bought some natural fruit juice. And they told me, and I paid. And he took it and came and sat by my side. And he said, who are you? I said, my name is Dr. Haruna. He said, medical doctor, academic doctor. I said, academic doctor. He said, you must be a consultant or an author. I said, both. He said, because I saw the way you are busy typing on your... He said, thank you, thank you. And when he said thank you, I said, no, it's okay, sir. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. You pass on to be like my father. Thank you. It's okay. No, it's fine, sir. It's my pleasure doing it. And the next thing that will come out of his mouth, you will need to know me. I said, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And he brought out his card and gave me. When I saw the card, I said, sir, I'd love to know you. And today we are friends. And he gave me an appointment to see him. The next 2 days, I was in his office. In 35 minutes, this man changed my life. He didn't give me a dime. But this man opened me up to investment. Investment that has changed my life. The following week, 1 week after I've known him, I was in Bishop Ogadeji's house. And he was telling me, say, my daughter, who is in Bangkok, she needs to do, what do you call it? What's that thing they do? Internship, 3-month internship. She's studying accounting. Please, doc, that's how you put it, please. If you know any firm, she can. I just met a man. So I just carried my phone. Chief Charles. Hello, sir. Hey, my doc, how are you? I said, fine. Yeah, I said, I have a friend who has a daughter, and she studied accounting, and she wants to do her internship. Since you have a financial institution, can you? He said, send her. For you, I'll do anything. Send her. And the next day, Bishop and his daughter was in his office, and he attended to them privately, personally. And called the chief accountant, who is a chartered accountant, and said, handle this girl yourself and send her reports to me every month. She is coming from Dr. Haruna. We must give her premium attention. Place the girl on salary that graduates cannot collect. And said, if you finish your school and you ever need a job, just tell doctor to call me. Your next level is not determined by what you know, it's by who you know. Bishop Okadeji was in my house yesterday. He said, I cannot kneel down for you because I'm a bishop. But all the days of my life, I am grateful to you. I said, no, sir. You mess up every relationship around you. That's why you are grounded. That's why you're not taking steps. And yet, look at you, prayerful. You finish praying. You finish fasting. But you don't know the value of relationship. Peter could not enter until somebody had to go and talk. So the access of Peter into that palace was through a man. You think you have money, so you trample on everybody. That is the most you can have. That is the much you can have. I'm the first born of my father. All my siblings, even when we chat, I add sir. My younger siblings, I add sir. I don't disrespect them. My younger siblings, I don't disrespect them. I don't. If I told Pastor Champion to get to China by prophecy, he was ready to go to China. We were in my bedroom. He says, I don't know how to get the visa and everything. I said, okay, don't worry. I made a call through. I called somebody, a friend who is in China. Just traveled to China. I said, Oba, how far? I need China visa. How do I get it? He said, it will take 5 to 6 weeks to get it. And right now, it's difficult to get China visa. I said, okay. He said, when I come back, we'll talk more. I said, okay. And we needed it urgently. I called another person. Yeah, please, I need visa to China. How can I? And I need it urgent. He said, to get visa to China is a bit difficult, but I'll give you a number. Call the number and tell him you are from me. And I called the number and said, I'm from so person. I need China visa. He said, it's difficult, but doable. If you can pay. I said, I can pay. And in 5 days, everybody had a connection. It's not angels that did it, it's people. 5 days, visa came out. Before he would get to China, another of my contact told him, if you get to China, call so number. Let this person lead you. He got to China, and the person connected him. I was taking him through the places he was going to. And here you are abusing every relationship around you because you don't know the value of relationship. This thing I'm telling about Pastor Champion has nothing to do with me being his prophet only. It has everything to do with he is connected to me. And I know people that will take him to the next level, to the next phase. Let me show you something. John chapter 5. Let me show you something. Verse 5. And a certain man was there. A certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. Go to the next verse. And when Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, will thou be made whole? Look at the next verse. The impotent man said, sir, I have no man. His problem was not the power to heal him, because the power to cure his disease comes every year and stir up the water. His problem was not opportunity. Opportunity to be healed was available. His problem was that there was no man. And so for 38 years, the man was at that spot. 38 years. Not because there was no power. Not because there was no opportunity. There was no man. So even power become powerless and useless without a man. Opportunity become useless without a man. Look at power to heal him. Look at opportunity to be healed. Other people that were healed was not because they were better. The only advantage they had over him for 38 years was that they had people. So when the water was stirred, they had people to push them. But this man had no man. So he was stuck for 38 years. Stuck for 38 years. He had no man. And the day a man walked into his life, his problem ended. You suffer too much because you lack people, you lack men. And you lack men because the few who are around you, you have termed them insignificant. Your younger brother, who is not as educated as you, could probably be the key to your next level. But you have looked down on him because he's your younger brother, because you're educated than him, because you're the one paying his school fees, because you're the one feeding him. You don't even know that you are feeding him. He has a friend who is connected to another friend that is connected to a wealthy man that has what you need. I have no man. So you see, that man's problem was not witchcraft. It was not Satan doing him. He didn't have a man. And for you, we don't know how old you are, for you to be in a particular problem for 38 years and you don't have anybody to help you. That means before that 38 years, you have been bad to every relationship around you. So now that you're in a problem, nobody wants to help you. Let me show you how you escape. Escape the pit. Escape poverty. Escape failure. Escape harassment. Escape shame. Escape reproach through relationship. Number one, your escape from the pit of life is determined by relationship. Your escape from the pit of life is determined by relationship. Look at Genesis chapter 37 verse 19. And they say one to another, aha, behold, this dreamer cometh. The brothers of Joseph. Look at the next verse. Come now, therefore, let us slay him. Let us kill this our brother and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast had devoured him. And we shall see what will become of his dreams. Next verse. And Reuben heard it. And he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. This guy was saved from death by a man. 9 brothers plotted to kill him. 1 brother delivered him from death. Go to the next verse. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. He said, throw him into the pit instead of killing him. And the Bible said the reason why he said so was that when they threw him, he was going somewhere. When he comes back, he would take the boy and take him back home. He was delivered from death by another brother. Then we fail us. When you get to him, read to verse 22. It was another brother called Judah that delivered him from the pit. The Ishmaelite to a person. Judah now said, instead of us to kill our brother, let's take him from this pit and sell him. It's better we sell him than kill him. That's how Joseph was delivered from the pit, by a man. God who loved Joseph so much, where was he? Oh, he came down, but he came through a man. So when you keep abusing every relationship around you, you abuse the relationship you have with your father, abuse the relationship you have with your mother, with your siblings, with your cousins, with your nephew, with your nieces, with your neighbors, with your friends. You are blocking your way to the top. You fight everybody, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law. You don't even know the person that has the ear of your helper. Who brought Queen Vashti down? A man. She misbehaved. Her husband didn't take offense. The husband didn't see what the queen did as anything. The king didn't see what the queen did as anything wrong. Until a man said, Oga, you allow this woman disrespect you like this? If you allow this slide, sir, Our wives, when we get home, our wives will disrespect us. Remove her. That was how the king removed Vashti. Only God knows why that man says so. Probably the queen has insulted him before. And now he has seen an opportunity to bring down the queen. He revenge. Why did other men not speak? Why was only Memucan that spoke? So it's possible that one of the days Memucan was coming to the palace and the queen used her queen power to stop him from seeing the king. And now there's an opportunity. And then he struck. And the queen lost her throne. Disgracefully. Since you don't even know the relationship that will take you to the next level, it is only wise that you are good to every relationship. See, I'm glad from an early age I know that nobody can make it all by themselves. Nobody. Even when God came to earth in the form of a man, he also needed men. It was a man that introduced God to the world. Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sins of the world. God could not introduce himself to humanity. He needed a man. If God needed a man to be introduced to the world, who are you not to need men? You abuse men to the detriment of your future. Look at verse 24 to 27. Verse 24. I pray God gives you the revelation of this message for you to move your life forward. I said verse 24 of Genesis 37. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Yes. And they sat down to eat bread. And they lifted up their eyes and looked. And behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels being spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. Next verse. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Yes. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites. One brother delivered him from death. The second brother delivered him from the pit. If not for that brother, he would remain in that pit and die there. When you get to read Genesis 41, verse 9 to 14. What's the story there? It was the butler that spoke into the ear of Pharaoh. And the Bible said immediately Pharaoh sent for Joseph. Joseph got out of prison because of a mere butler. You know who will be butler? Chef. Chef, inconsequential position. Pharaoh had a dream. None of his magicians and astrologers and wise men could interpret the dream. And this butler came and apologized. Said, I'm so sorry, sir. Forgive me. I met a man in prison 2 years ago when I offended you and you sent me into the prison with the baker. And one morning we woke up. We had dreams. We woke up. And this young man interpreted the dream for us. And he told me that I will be reinstated. I forgot. I'm so sorry. If only you can send for that man, he will interpret your dream. And the Bible said, and immediately Pharaoh said, send for Joseph. And Joseph came, and his life changed. The man that changed Joseph's life to become a prime minister is still a butler. The man who spoke into the ear of the king, his own position has not changed. But he has changed the position of a man who was in prison. But do you think as Joseph became prime minister, that man's life will not change? His position may not change because he's a butler for life. But his condition will improve because Joseph is a man that remembers. Should I go further? Mark chapter 2 verse 3. Let me show you something. Mark chapter 2 verse 3. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of the palsy, which was born of 4. Go home and read the remaining story. This man was sick. He couldn't stand, couldn't sit. The only thing he could do was to lie. He couldn't stand. So sick. But he had 4 friends. And these 4 friends heard there was solution somewhere. That there was a man called Jesus who heals the sick. And they said, guys, let's take our friend there. For them to take their friend to Jesus, it means they have been taking him to places, seeking for solution for him. It's just that the solution has not come until the day they heard of Jesus. And the Bible says when they came, they wanted to come through the door. The place was packed full. The house where Jesus was packed full. No entrance. They went to the window, no entrance. And the Bible said they climbed the building and pulled off the roof. You cannot remove the roof of a man without first negotiating with him. Imagine if that landlord is Lambo. I hope Lambo is not watching this. I want to remove the roof of his house. They would have negotiated, sir. We need to get our friend to that man inside your house. How much will it cost to take off this roof? They negotiated and they removed the roof and lowered their friend to the front of Jesus. Bypass elder poor people who have no friends to have access. And made Jesus leave every other person to attend to them. Because the moment they lowered the man to Jesus' front, Jesus spoke to him. Stand up. And they were long line. So relationship can make you jump lines. His escape from the pit was because of relationship. Number 2. Your next level in life is determined by relationship. Your next level. In 2 Kings chapter 5 verse 1 to 14, 3 people played an important role in the life of General Naaman. He was a general, a mighty general who won every battle he fought. He was an influential man in the Syrian government. He had the ear of the king, highly favored by the king, powerful general in the army, led the army of Syria. But the Bible said he was leprous. He had a challenge that the king with all his powers could not attend to. But a little girl, a slave girl in his house, slave, said to his wife, if Oga can go to our land, there's a prophet in our land that can cure his leprosy. That's the first person. And General Naaman knows he cannot stand up and go to Israel because of diplomatic issues. So he had connection to the king. He went to the king. I was told there is a prophet in Israel that can help me. I need your help. And the king gave letter to him. He said, take this letter to the king of Israel. And in the letter I wrote, if you don't cure my general, I am coming to destroy Israel. And the king got the letter and said, when have I become a curer of leprosy? This one is looking for a way to come and invade us. And Naaman said, no, sir. It's not about looking for trouble. There's a man in your kingdom. Oh, there's a man? He said, yes. Please take this man to Elisha. They go to Elisha's house. Elisha says he's not coming out. Tell him to go and dip himself. He became angry. Like many of you have become angry against your helpers. Are there no better waters in Syria that I should go and dip my general self in the rivers of Jordan? Let's go! He was angry. The third person showed up, his servant. He said, oh God, please, can I say something? He said, what's that? What's that? Sir, you have nothing to lose. I agree, Jordan water is dirty. Why don't we just try it? Peradventure, you will get the cure. And if you don't get the cure, sir, We will get you clean water to wash your body. You have nothing to lose. He said, "Not true. Let me try it." And he went inside. He dipped himself 7 times. The Bible said at the 7th time as he came out, they discovered that his skin has become the skin of a baby. 3 people played important role for his next level. The little girl started it. The king facilitated it. The servant completed it. Look at these 3 people. The least and the high. I don't need anybody. I can do it myself. I don't need it. I don't need that. I'm talented. I'm skillful. I know my way. You will remain there. You will be too much. You will be so talented, so loaded, but stuck. Talent is not enough. Skill is not enough. Sir, anointing is not enough. In Exodus chapter 2, if you read verse 4 to 7, they were about to kill Moses. The mother threw him into the water. And the elder sister, small girl, was just watching from afar. And the Bible said that fateful day, Pharaoh's daughter came to have a bath in River Nile. And then saw this beautiful baby. And was admiring the baby. Why she was admiring the baby? And they told her, this is a Hebrew child. And there is a decree from the palace that every Hebrew male child should be killed. While they were contemplating whether to give up Moses to be killed, this little girl showed up. And look at what she said. Should I bring a nurse to help you nurse the child? We are talking about whether to kill this boy. You are talking about nurse. Okay, go and bring the nurse. And she ran and went back to her mother. Brought her mother. And Pharaoh's daughter started paying the mother of Moses to breastfeed and to take care. And made sure that the palace that was supposed to kill him was the one protecting him. If not for Miriam, his elder sister, he would have been gone. You say you don't need people. This is my brother, useless brother. This is my useless sister. So you don't need people. So when they come visiting you, you treat them anyhow because they're in your house. Because you pay chicken school fees. Let me close up this thing. I've spoken so much. Number 3, your doors in life only open by relationship. Your doors only open. I told you of a young man who walked out on this church. Walked out on this church. But while he was there, he served faithfully. And Apostle Success doesn't forget. And there's an opportunity to travel to South Africa. A lifetime opportunity. They reached out to me from South Africa. We need a singer that can sing. We will pay him heavily for 1 year. Give him a house. Feed him. The house we will give to him will be free for 1 year. After 1 year, with his salary, we expect that he should have been able to save enough money to start paying his rent and other opportunities. And my mind just went to this young man. I picked my phone and I called him. The same young man who walked out on me and said, look, I've served this church enough. Somebody asked him, guy, you have served in this church. Why are you leaving? He said he wants to be free. That's what they said to the person. And he left. I called him. I said, come. This is an opportunity. Do you want it? He says, sir, with all my life. Do you have passport? He said, yes, but it's expired. You need to do a passport. ASAP. He says, I don't have money. I have to call. How much is passport? They say it's 150,000. I said for 10 years. And I immediately sent them. So yesterday they said the passport, they told him the passport will be out next week. Takes a man to open your doors. If I were to be a wicked man, I won't call him. But I'm not wicked. I have other people I could have recommended from this church. But I know he did. And opened the door as a payment for his faithful service while he was here. I don't like to remember people's wrongs. I like to remember the good they did. But why did I tell you this story? The same man he walked out on was the same man that opened the door he needs. Your doors will remain shut. And sometimes the people you walk out on, are the people that holds the key to that door that you're looking for. And you have walked out on them. You have walked out on them. In Ruth chapter 3, if you read from verse 1, Naomi said to Ruth, do this, do this, do this, and you will own the field where you comes. Go to Boaz, please. Lie at his feet. Took a woman to open her door. Her mother-in-law and the husband was dead. She decided to follow. So anybody can be used. This message now, I've given you all kinds of people. Brothers have helped. Servant has helped. Maid has helped. Helpers have helped. Mother-in-law. Friends. I picked these unique stories to tell you every relationship matters. Every relationship in your life, they matter. Every relationship. And I've taught you before, my philosophy, if a relationship is not working in my life, I don't throw it away, I pause it. I pause it. I pause it. Let's read this last scripture. Acts chapter 9 verse 26. TPT. Acts 9:26. TPT. And when Saul was come to Jerusalem, he assayed. I said TPT. That's King James. When Saul, the moment I saw assayed, I know it's King James. Yeah, hitter too. Thou shouldest. When Saul arrived in Jerusalem, he attempted to introduce himself to the fellowship of the believers. He just got born again. The man who came to kill Christians got encounters. He had a encounter with Christ. Now he's been preaching, but nobody is receiving him. He attempted to introduce himself to the fellowship of the believers, but everyone was afraid of him because they doubted he was a true disciple. They thought, Kai, this guy that is preaching is like he's a spy. He's a new tactic to come and kill us. He has killed many Christians, many believers. Now maybe his believers are running, so he's trying to disguise. He's coming as a believer. Kai, this guy will not accept him. Look at the next verse. They shut the door against him. Barnabas came to his defense. May God give you a Barnabas. And brought him before the apostles. Saul shared with them his supernatural experience of seeing the Lord, who spoke with him on the road to Damascus. Barnabas also told them how boldly Saul preached throughout the city in Jesus' mighty name. Next verse. Then they accepted him. The door that was shut opened because a man spoke for him. You better go back to those your relationship that you have battered and look for a way to repair them. That's why you are where you are. After all your prayers, all your holiness. Many of you are holy, that in holiness you destroy the relationship. You call it holiness. Destroy it. I'm holy. I'm holy. I'm holy. The Bible said, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Yes, but it didn't say you should do evil to them. Do not, Apostle, I don't care what you preach. I will never have anything to do with unbelievers. The Bible said, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Did the Bible say you should do them evil? Did the Bible say you should handle them? No. It's Jesus who told you do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. He was eating with Pharisees and sinners and Sadducees and tax collectors. He was allowing prostitutes to wash his feet with their tears. God, who said do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Prostitute. He was mingling with prostitutes, sinners, tax collectors and Pharisees. That even the Pharisees themselves were castigating him. This guy that they say, oh, look at him mingling with sinners. There are certain doors in your destiny that can never be opened except through some unbelievers. Who was the one that gave Jesus the sepulchre? Joseph of Arimathea. And how was he able to do it? All the disciples with all their holiness and power to heal and cast out demons couldn't bring the body of Jesus. Oh, you don't know? Matthew chapter 10. The disciples, they cast out demons. They said, Jesus, demons were subject to us. Demons, we were just casting out demons, healing the sick. Jesus said, yeah, it's okay, it's good. Now, Jesus don't die. They had power, no connection. Had power, no access. Until a man, the Bible said, Joseph of Arimathea has been following Jesus from afar and went into the palace and said, give me his body. Give me his body. And they took the body of Jesus and gave to Joseph of Arimathea. And the Bible said they took him to the best sepulchre and gave him a beautiful burial. A man. People that have power to cast demons, they didn't have power in government. With all the power to cast demons, when government came to carry Jesus, they ran. You think demons are humans? So human beings are powerful than demons. Hey, I just made a powerful statement. Some men are more powerful than demons. If you think I'm lying, ask El-Rufai. El-Rufai. Short house, man, short. So as the governor of this state, I don't care. Apostles that were chasing demons, government caught them and flogged them. Flogged them, put them inside prison. Even kill one of them called James. So government is powerful than demons. Now you be the ratio there. Government. I told my son here, son, enter government and stop all this foolishness. Yeah, but again, the goal is 7, but you are here. You are still here. Then you don't agree that to go heaven. You said the God is heaven. Let's shoot you so that you go there. You say, no, I don't want to die. Even Bob Marley say, everybody want to go heaven, but nobody want to die. And the only way to get to heaven is to die. Hey, heaven is the God. Die now. I say no. Okay, you don't want to die, you are here. They respect relationship. Some people have lost their businesses because they don't know how to handle clients. Some people have lost opportunities. They messed up their partners. Sometimes, like I told my wife this morning, sometimes I have made some extreme sacrifices to keep certain relationships. Extreme sacrifices. One of the relationships in my life put his birthday on my wife's birthday this year. The very day my wife was doing birthday, which was Sunday. I was so tired. I was feeling sick in my body. My wife said, please don't go. You have been there for this man. I said, I have to go. I fall. I said, I will go. It's better I'm going there and I fall. And the man here, and he said, he was coming to my birthday and he fall. Drove there, had a meeting. When the birthday refused to finish, I said, okay, I have to go. He said, you have tried. Close to my house, I was driving. This was around after 10. My eye went blank. My boy was sitting in front of me. He didn't know I was driving by faith. I said, this man no say na death, na they carry it over the gospel. Thank God I was already close to the house. I had already driven to this. My eye went blank. So I just managed to use wisdom, drive the car to the front of the gate and waited. He didn't know why we waited and I was not pressing on. My vision now cleared off. Extreme cases, extreme sacrifices to keep relationships. I'm not thinking myself. Oh. Have I died? Did I die? Emeka Ogochi. And the man came to this office and we spoke. He spent like a little above 35 minutes or 40. Finished talking. Prayed with him. He was going. He said, prophet, let me give you small something so that you used to buy fuel in your car. Just small something. Please don't be angry. I have so many people. Something. Biko, small something. Biko, small something. I have not seen him since that time. But he saved my number. My birthday last year. I don't know how Emeka told you. There's no way I would have met him. Through a man. How did I meet Bishop David Oyedele Close? A man held my hand. He said, Apostle, I said, sir, Bishop Oyedele Close is having a meeting for his sons. It's strictly for his sons. I know you're not his son. Let it come. I want to take you. So I entered there. I said, sir, if I was so Oyedele Close, I want to give him money. I said, I don't have much. I'll just raise 1 million. I said, no problem. And I held my hand. Daddy, this is my son. That's how I saw Oyedele Close. That by a man. That neighbor you are busy looking down on, maybe that's your helper. That driver driving you, that security man in your company that you employ, that you are paying 27,483 naira 40 kobo. Rise up on your feet.